Remember the Pixel Buds Pro? Well, there's another one, the Pro 2s. And are these the de facto AirPods for Android? Or did Samsung take that crown with their new buds that look a lot like AirPods now? We got a completely cardboard case here. And you know what? That looks like a Google Pixel Buds case. I don't think they've changed that basically at all, except for this little doohickey down here, which I think is for the new Find My Buds feature. Inside, we find ear tips for different sizes of ear holes. Wow, a literal 2-page IKEA-style guide, how to put them in your ears. And then the whole like warning, this is illegal in California, your head will explode, we're all gonna die. No charging cable whatsoever, not even a little, you know, inchworm piece of crap C to A, like nothing, just nothing. Although I guess maybe they're making the argument that they like support wireless charging, so you know, you have a charger, it's your phone, you just plop this thing on top of there. I don't know. How do they sleep at night? Look at last year's model. Very similar, different little bottom thing. And another thing you might notice, at first glance, these just look like Pixel Buds, don't they? But actually, they're tiny now. Look at that. They used to be about 25% bigger and heavier. They made these so small now, they almost look miniature. It's kind of weird. That's pretty, shoop. And it sucks it right in there. If I put it backwards, that's not gonna happen. What if I go the wrong way? Come on. No, they're basically keyed. And of course you got the indicator light. This isn't the only color though. There's 4 in total, including hazel, peony, which is pink, and porcelain, normal white. I'm gonna get these things in my head here and listen to them. On the this old coffee bean design from last year is just completely smooth, but the new one has this little sports fin on it. And they actually say this is a feature. You can choose to put it in your ear with it not in contact with your pinna, or you can rotate it so that that fin is, I think, on the back. You just put them in and turn until it's in contact with your ear, and it's like super in place if you want to do wind sprints or hit training or something. So let's see what is up with these. If I even feel like I can put them in multiple orientations, because I'll say right off the bat, when I don't have them rotated in like they are now, which does feel very secure, if I rotate them this way, it feels like they're kind of downward, and especially on this wacky ear that I have, they feel like they could maybe come out. I think the idea is that you're sacrificing fit for long-term comfort. If I wear it like this for 8 hours, it'll be more comfortable than if I'm locked in. I feel like I'm getting a pretty good seal with the medium tips, so I'm gonna keep those on. Let's get these back in the case so I can pair them to my device. Here we have a Pixel 9, so this will actually support all the features that these earphones have. I mentioned the question, are these the AirPods of Android? And I think an argument for no is whether there's features on here that are only supported by certain phones, and the Samsungs have that too. This feature, you have to have the new Galaxy, or the new Pixel in this case. There's no Bluetooth over ultra wideband if you don't have a
Pixel 6
or newer. Nope, there it is. And it's even green. The cool thing about the way Google does this is there's no secondary app. It's all in the settings page, which is, does it really matter? I don't know. Definitely gonna have limited functionality that way, but something cool about it, you know? On the other hand, if you are for some reason getting these to go with your iPhone, you're just not gonna have an app. All right, before we dive into this though, I'm just going to listen to music. Let's listen to how they sound. Right after this message from our sponsor, Gotcha. Thanks to Tello for sponsoring today's video. They're calling in to help you stop overpaying for your phone bill. Get access to flexible plans starting from as low as $5 a month and up to only $25 a month for unlimited data and minutes. You can upgrade, downgrade, or cancel anytime. No long-term contracts, no hidden fees, and no surprises. It's like building your perfect Subway sandwich, but for your phone plan, mixing the data and the minutes you need all on a reliable nationwide network. So check out Tello's super affordable phone plans using the link in the description. Lately, me and my children are obsessed with this song called The Metal by Tenacious D. That song rules, it's so funny. Okay, I didn't even get to the loudest notch there. That was very loud. Although, they didn't sound awful. Like I remember the Samsung started to get a little like sibilant and harsh sounding up there. That was just I was just wincing because it was so loud. I do want to try them with noise canceling off though, because as we'll see in the graphs in a minute, they actually sound different. If you look at the frequency response curve that we have provided to us graciously by headphones.com, thank you, in the bass and up into the mids, it's a little too loud, above the target curve, I should say. Whereas in the treble, there's a little bit where it's actually a bit depressed. But now look at the frequency response curve for ANC on, where it's way more natural. The reading really closely follows that target curve through the bass and through the mid-range until you get to this big wonky lump here around 600 to 700. And then it's kind of a little bit all over the place in the treble. Overall, I would say they do sound pretty dang good. Like, I was rocking out in these things. I think you will too. They took an opposite approach to Samsung, who with their default listening mode, I would call ANC on default personally. They wanted it to be a little more bassy, and as I said in that video, I think that was kind of the right move because I think most people like to have the bass turned up a little bit. Google here went kind of the natural route. But of course, with both these devices, you can change that with EQ in the app, or non-app, as it were. Let's check that out now. Checking our settings menu here, we have Find Device, which is new, and we'll actually put the location on a map, which is very cool. Once you get close, you can make it ring. Here is the EQ. Oh, did they not even give you little knobbies? They have presets like heavy bass, light bass, balanced, vocal boost, clarity, and last save. Here we go, custom equalizer. You get 5 little knobbies, and do I get to name my custom creation? I guess last saved. Does that mean you can't have multiple that you save? That's kind of weak. There's no option to name them or whatever, so it's just one custom one. And then volume EQ enhances bass and treble frequencies at lower volume levels. This actually is an option. Unlike on the Samsung Buds 3 Pro, they didn't even have an option for volume dependent EQ, which means you turn the music down and it all just goes down. With this option on, when you turn the music down, some parts of the frequency, notably the bass and some parts of the treble, will actually get boosted in volume because our ear is not as sensitive to those frequencies at lower volumes. So it's nice to have the option. There's an ear tip seal check that's useful to make sure that you're using the right size tips on your earbuds. Getting a good seal will give you better bass response. Oh, conversation detection. This is not a new feature, but it's a feature I've never tried, whereby you can automatically switch from noise cancellation to transparency mode when someone starts talking to you. I'm gonna try it out. Noise cancellation is on, and now I'm talking. Oh, look at that, it automatically changed. It's when you talk, it's not when someone talks to you. So, interesting, and I can actually dismiss it by tapping. There it goes. It works. Oh no! You can't stop it once it starts. I do wonder if it'll switch to transparency mode just from me singing along to music, but I won't make you suffer through watching that demonstration. So. And here's what the 3 onboard microphones in each earbud sound like when you do a voice recording or a call. You know that the voice recording is going through the earbuds because the phone has been taken away by my lovely assistant. I will say this conversation detection is actually quite annoying, and I am turning it off, and I probably wouldn't actually use that. But I'm a talkative guy. Now apparently with the new fancy Google Tensor chip on here, I have the ability to use a new special wake word for, I guess not the Google Assistant exactly, but for more like talking to Gemini, their LLM. So I can interrupt it when it's speaking, I can have conversations with it, but I can't do other tasks like I would with Google Assistant. So let's just give it a spin with the new wake word, which is, hey Google, let's talk. Well, we couldn't get that working. Every time I said, hey Google, let's talk, the Google Assistant would just go clunk. Sure, I love talking. And then it would be end of interaction. It wasn't any kind of continuous conversation mode. I really don't think that I entered the mode I was trying to enter ever. And we can't figure out why. It's a shame because I really would like to check that out. I wish I could, tell it to read me my new email, maybe if I'm driving, or I could send a text message in a way that's more reliable and easier than the crappy Google Assistant. I can never get it to send an SMS on my phone or my watch. I'd like to try that stuff. I'd like to ask it what's on my calendar for this week coming up and stuff like that, and maybe, just have a companion. But not today. Forever alone. For battery life claims, they are saying 12 hours of listening on these guys, and a total 48 hours altogether with the charging case if you have active noise canceling off, which I don't. So having it on, you're gonna get that cut down to 8 hours on the buds and 30 hours altogether with this. If you have active noise canceling off and you charge it in the case for 5 minutes, you get an hour and a half of music playback. And kind of rapid fire time here, they support Bluetooth 5.4 and Bluetooth LE. They also have ingress protection of IP54, which is kind of standard to okay, but I will say Samsung raised the bar with having a water protection of 7, meaning you could actually submerge them for 30 minutes under a meter of water. These do not. This has an ingress protection water rating of 4, which means just splashes. Don't go swimming, don't even wear them in the shower, just you can wear them in the rain and you can sweat in them at the gym. And that is pretty standard. But you know, there's competition is tight now. It's nice that they do have a dust protection rating of 5. 6 is the highest. Many earbuds just don't even have a rating there. So cool that they have 5. For codecs, they don't have any high quality, high resolution codecs. They just have AAC and SBC, which is on like every Bluetooth device. So no like aptX or anything like that. Overall, I really like these. It's cool that they shrank the buds. I guess it would have been cool if they also shrank the case a little bit, but it's small enough. Yeah, I like these things. I would buy them. I'm currently rocking some Sonys, but these are smaller. I mean, they're newer too. There's definitely more affordable buds on the market, but in this kind of tier where you've got AirPods and Samsung's Galaxy Buds, they are a little cheaper, coming in at $230 US. So you can save 20 or 30 bucks compared to those other ones. If you like them, that's just bonus. Then it's just like, why not? Icing on the cake. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, watch our coverage of other buds from Nothing, CMF, if you really want to save money, or Samsung's Cybertruck looking buds, which I'll admit are pretty cool and I probably would say are the direct competitors to these.